Welcome back. In this video we will learn about activity life cycle. An activity has plenty of functions which are written in app compat activity, which helps us to know the current status of activity, and we can do some tasks on some specific time in an activity life cycle. Activity life cycle contains number of functions which helps us uh, to to customize our activity working. So whenever an activity is launched, you can see this diagram here. Whenever an activity is launched, an onCreate function is first called automatically by the Android system. As you can see that in our activity, the first function we have is onCreate function. Alright, so this onCreate function is automatically called by the Android system whenever a new activity is launched. Alright, the next is onStart function. After calling onCreate function, the other function that is being called is called onStart function, and then onResume function is called after onStart, and then activity keeps on running and running, and whenever another activity comes in the foreground, like we have created second activity, when that will come in the foreground, the previous activity that was the first activity is on pause function will be called automatically, and when that on pause function is called, and the activity will keep on running, but in a paused state. We can resume that activity by going to the task manager in Android. Like here, this activity is for example running, and whenever I press this button, this is now paused. This activity is paused. I can still resume it by tapping on it. Now this is actually resumed. So whenever I resume that activity from on pause, the on resume function will be called, and the activity will again keep on running. And sometimes this happens that whenever I closed this activity, actually it's running in the background, but it is in a paused state. And after, if somehow the activity remains in a pause state for a while, then on stop function is called. Alright, or if we remove this from here, the on stop function will be called. Alright, and if this on stop function is called, the next function that will be called is Ondestroy, and when this function is called, the activity will shut down. Alright, and something could happen in on stop is, if some app with the higher memory have higher memory requirement and have the higher priority, then that can just kill this process from whenever it is paused or stopped. So if this process is killed, then user can navigate to onCreate again. If he taps on that activity, that will be started from onCreate, will never be started from onResume. Same, if on stop is called and user navigates to the activity, then on restart will be called. So we will see all of these functions in action, and you can read about all of these descriptions of each function from here. Alright, I will give this link to you. So next I'm going to demonstrate the working of these functions. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just create those functions. How you can create functions? These functions are already written in app compat activity, and you can override them. Just type in, for example, on start. You have typed, and you can see that it is in app compat activity. If you click on that, it will automatically create this function. The other way to create these functions is go to code and click on this overriding methods, and here are all of the methods that we can use in this activity, and you can select the one we want. For example, I want the on create, so I can type in here on create, or I want, for now, let's say I want on destroy function from here, so I can just type in, and this is the function. I will click on it, it will be created automatically for me. So all of those functions are already written, so I'm going to override all of those. On destroy, on start, and others are on resume, on restart, on resume, let me check, on stop. These functions order doesn't matter. And next is on pause, on resume, on destroy. Alright, so let's say I want to know when this function is called, so I'm going to create a log. Log is kind of information that that provides me information about the current state of the activity or app. So let's say the tag is going to be state, and the message I want to show is that on destroy is called, and the same I'm going to do is in all of them. Just change here the on start, and here on restart, on resume, on stop, and again I'm going to create it here also in on create. Alright, so now I'm going to run this project, and I'm going to open this run window from here. This will give all of those logs which we have created. This hasn't displayed any log, so we can also go to the logcat window and search for our status here. It was actually log.e, then log.e stands for log.error, and this comes in red, so I'm going to search for status. There are plenty of statuses. Let's say what was our state. So when I searched for state, you can see that first of all our on create is been called, then on start, then on resume, and we are still in on resume. Let's say I press this home button from here. Focus on this window, you will see that on pause will be called. As you can see that it has directly called on stop, not on pause. I will tell you the reason of that. And let me resume this again, and you can see that it's on restart and then start, then on resume is called. So if I go to the life cycle here, that means that I was on stop and user navigates to that activity. I navigated to that activity, and then on restart was called, then on start, then on resume. So let me create another scenario. Let's say I'm on the home screen, I just pressed back button. What happens? See, again on stop is called. There is on pause is never called. So why that is not called? Because we haven't navigated to the other activity yet. So let me navigate to the other activity, and here again on stop is called. Let me check that we have overridden on pause or not. Oh, sorry, we haven't overridden on pause, so how we can come to know about that it called or not on pause? By overriding method, we can add some additional code to the previous already written code. So here is the example of that. We are adding some code to the previous definition of this particular function. So I'm going to run it again, and let's see when this on pause is been called. I'm again going to logcat window and just clearing this out. So as you can see, on create, start, resume is called. Let's say I press the home button. You can see that first on pause was called and then on stop was called, and as you can see here, the first on pause will be called and then on stop will be called. So let's say I resume this. Let me go to Android Studio. I resume this again. On restart, start and resume were called. So let's say I opened another activity, open second activity from here. You can see the first on pause was called and then on stop was called. Let's say I go back to the previous activity. Then on start, on restart, start and resume were called. So let me remove this from here. And you can see that Ondestroy is being called. So let's say I again open that app from here, and again the create and start was called. So this was all about activity lifecycle. Why I told you about these? Because these are pretty much useful whenever we are creating our apps. For example, we want something to happen whenever user goes to the second activity and comes back to the first activity. So let's say users does some job on this activity and we want to update the status of the previous activity, then we can do that in our on resume function or on restart function that is been called after resuming that activity. So this was all about activity lifecycle. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you will be enjoying this course. So see you in the next one.